how to avoid paying minimum wage legally. How to avoid. This is not illegal. This is something legal, but you can avoid paying minimum wage. Also, you can avoid checking people's immigration status, or you can get rid of those responsibilities, whether the person working for you legal or illegal. You can get rid of those responsibilities. This is a legal way, not illegal, nothing illegal. Firstly, this works for all businesses, but mostly small businesses, takeaway and other kind of businesses, car washes, things like this. You know how difficult it is to run those businesses. Those businesses, you don't have regular business, you don't have regular customers every minute, every hour. Sometimes you are very busy 1 hour, then 3 hours, 5 hours not busy. Sometimes you get busy. It is not easy to employ some people and keep them there when there is no business. It's very difficult. It's not easy. Other businesses like corporate businesses, big businesses, for example, McDonald's and that kind of businesses, they train people, they train managers to make people work. Even though there is no business, they force people to do other jobs. They don't let them to sit. They make the environment very hostile for employees. When there is no job, they say, grab that cloth and wipe the walls, wipe the ceilings. But you can't say to your employee in takeaway, they are kind of people, they wouldn't do it. They say, oh, I'm not going to do this. So when there's no business, they sit there and do nothing. But you can't make them force because there's no business and you go. If you say grab the clothes and wipe the walls, it's just like insulting them. They will say, "Oh, usually will say usual word and go." So it's not easy to run those businesses with the mentality, and usually those people have in takeaways and car washes, that kind of mostly foreign people run businesses. So to avoid that high wages, it is quite high. Say minimum wage become 1040 plus, and you have to give food as well. And when there is no job, if you employ 3 people, say 3, you need 30 pound plus per hour, pay them. If there's no job business, how are you going to pay them? See, the wages have become insane that way. But we all know the living conditions also is tough. But running business, we see some bosses are quitting. They say, the stress we take, and I work hard, work more than my employees, and still get less than them. They earn more than me. So I close the business. I will go and get a job and work for someone else. So to avoid that kind of situation legally, not paying minimum wage, and avoid those illegal immigrant checks, you can use this method, we can say. For example, you have got a takeaway business, small business, say, we get an example, and you turn this business. You can do as a company. Say you got takeaway, it's very easy to set up a company. You just only need an account. Most people use accountant anyway. You turn this business as a company, run as a company, and you can make your employees as shareholder of this company. You can make them director, second director, and other things. You can register them in that company and give them share of that business. Say 5%. You employ 3 people, and for those 3 people, you can give them a certain share of that business. Says that you value your takeaway £100,000, and you divide, you calculate how much you earn and how much you want to give those employees as how much you want to give them as share, and then calculate. Say that 5% you're going to give them 5% each employee. Then you're not going to call them employee anymore, because they will be shareholders. This is very important. So you're going to advertise it as working shareholders. We are looking for people will work in the kitchen as shareholder of this takeaway. So that person will come, and how this will work, you will explain it. You say that you're going to get the 5% of this business, and we're going to register you as a company, whatever role you can choose. You can ask your accountant, and they will say what role you can give them. And then you're going to say you're going to get 5%, and you're going to get not wages, dividends. You say, well, I can give to you, roughly estimate by the end of the year, say, for example, 15,000 or 10,000 pounds. And you divide this into week, and you say that as a dividend, you will get dividend, say, £300 a week. And you're going to be a working shareholder, and you can come and work, or you don't have to come. If you don't want to come, you are a shareholder, and it's up to you. But you need to come regularly, so we make profit, so I can pay you. So this is kind of, you can make formal ones, and you can also do some informal payment. It is between you and him. So, but all the payments has to go into the account. You can, when you make payment, you can say that dividends or money payment made, or you can lower the share or increase the share. These are the details. It is up to you how to do this. Then that person become working shareholder, and you pay them not wages, dividends, and that you arrange the company side of the account, and they working shareholders. Every year they have to pay the last date is 31st of January. They have to make a self-employed declaration, how much they earned, and they need to declare. There's some pages there, but it's very easy to fill. If they can't fill themselves, they can pay accountant. You can help them to use the same accountant for the cost. Their benefit will be they don't have to, when they get dividends, they don't have to pay a tax like wages on wages. You don't, when you pay wages, you need to cut taxes. You don't have to do this. So they can also show their expenses. For example, travel cost, other clothes cost, things like this, other whatever you can imagine legally. They can, at the end of the year, show them as expenses and make declaration. They don't have to pay. They don't have to pay a tax instantly like as an employee. So this is the good size, and you can decide how much dividend you're gonna pay them, how much you every week. So it is up to you, and it is you value your business, you pay the dividend accordingly. So if the both sides agreed, there is no problem. That's the legal way, and you can also avoid what is immigrant checks. So that person will be shareholder. You don't need to check he's owning that business. So he's, for example, visiting that business. He is there as a business owner, shareholder. So he has got right to be there. You don't need to check. It is Indian revenues to deal with that person, whether he can get a nation insurance number or not. It's not your business anymore, because it's he's the person who also own that business with you. So, for example, if something happened and he turned to be illegal immigrant, that's his problem. That's his business, and well, he needs to pay if there is a fine or anything. You shouldn't have involved this business if he's not meeting this requirements. So your responsibility is divorced from there as well. So this way you can avoid paying minimum wage legally and avoid checking people's immigration status.